are at risk. And the advertising about welfare reform has the same message. When we run tests, experiments, and we ask people in surveys about welfare, they associate welfare with African Americans. So a claim that the Democratic candidate is weakening work to welfare requirements is a suggestion that he's trying to make it easier for African Americans to get government benefits. The simple demography of the American electorate and the fact that we're aging means that older voters are important to both of the parties. We need to have politicians face the economic and demographic realities of support for Medicare. At the same time, we want to preserve benefits for people who are retired or who are nearing retirement. So this is another important segment of the electorate. Older voters are some of the people most likely to vote. Yes?
Is there any sense of sort of voter fatigue from hundreds of millions of dollars that are going to be spent on television advertising, or is the advertising still important to mobilize your base?
Well, I think in this election, Tom, what we're seeing is more and more money being invested in fewer and fewer voters. The strength of partisanship in this campaign means that there's so much, and the accumulated impact of polarization or perceptions of polarization means that people are so strongly invested in their candidate, they're likely to go to vote. So I think turnout will be down, but relatively high. This advertising, this flood of advertising, particularly in some locations, is directed to uncommitted and relatively uninvolved voters, and it's probably not enough to stimulate large portions of them to go vote. Yes?
How would you measure the impact of the social media state, and how would you anticipate their impact between now and the election?
Well, both parties are accumulating email addresses as fast as they can. I don't think we're quite at the, I think that social media are important and they're gaining in importance. I don't think that we're at the point where the campaigns are able to campaign effectively through social media. I mean, ideally, they ought to be able to deliver individualized advertisements, right, on a smartphone based upon things that they know about you. Mostly they've been used to raise money and to get money repeatedly from individuals in small amounts. But at the end of the campaign, reminding people about how important the election is and about the need to vote, or finding out whether they have a ballot yet, or can they be delivered to the polls, can someone give them a ride, it'll be very important then. Not so much for message delivery, but for mobilization is what I'm saying. All right, thanks for coming today.
Thank you, Professor Traugott, and on behalf of the Wolverine Caucus and the Alumni Association, we'd like to present you this gift of our esteem, and certainly thank you once again for being here and sharing this very valuable information about
Thanks.
Elections 2012. And we look forward to seeing all of you again in January when we begin our next Wolverine Caucus series. Until then, have a wonderful autumn. And go blue!
Thanks.